Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. We're in career mode. It's episode 48, and it's the Sabio tour. 4 stages with a prologue and a team time trial. Both of them quite short, though, and then a bit of climbing in between. It's an interesting tour because it's really decisive every step of the way. There's not a bunch of, sprint stages or little simple punchy stages to kind of throw out. It's a in your face, let's do this sort of thing tour. Very quick though. It's going to keep times close, but it's also going to split the field. I just find this one interesting. Well, anyway, Martin Guerrero was just involved at the Eustaresh Rundfahrt and leaving that tour a couple days early in order to come here and be our leader for this one. Get him out of the box here, and he's got a +1. That's good because his prologue, his time trialing is his strength, but at 1.9k, this is all prologue here, and you can see he's now pushing for the finish line at just 8 seconds down overall. He's only a 74 prologue today. That's not his strength. Roman, same thing. He's a good time trialist, but he's not a good prologuer, and we had a lot of negative race day conditions. Actually, Martin Guerrero with a 0 with a couple +1s. Actually, I think that is a +1. It was actually the best race day condition we had out of the entire team. He was the only positive race day condition. So we bring him here as a leader, and we'll do what we can. I've got a good team for the team time trial. But again, on that one, it's a little bit of a mixed bag because I have a lot of good time trialists, but not necessarily good prologuers. And at just 10k, that team time trial is going to be mostly prologue rating. That's going to hold us back a little bit, but let's see what we can do with the next couple of stages. Plus, we have the final stage of the Eustaresh Rundfahrt to finish up. And we have 12k to go in the Eustaresh Rundfahrt's final stage, and we lead this thing by a minute. So Berlikov in perfect position to try to claim victory for this one. And as we approach the final 10k, I only have 4 riders left because Jakub and Kovalevsky have been used almost entirely in order to keep the breakaway in check. So as we set things up here, let's back off a little bit, Mugisha. But we need to get the team coming forward before the climb here. Isakov, Feitosa, Berlikov to lead this thing out. It's now 8 kilometers. And it's a little bit of a climb. We're just going to go pretty hard with this one. So let's get Isakov his gel right now. So he's prepared. 7k to go now. Feitosa will be coming pretty soon on his. We're going to make this left-hander. It looks like we're going to start climbing shortly after that. Mugisha is terrible on the flat. He's a good climber, but not terribly punchy. And there we go. Another left-hander, and that's the climb. So we'll go 93, 4.5k. Okay, little bit of yellow bar for a moment. Under 4k, let's get Isakov on the go. Let's get the gel for Berlikov as well. And we can push almost flat out from here. Isakov only a 70 mountain, so he's not great. But as we come inside 3k, we're starting to bring back the breakaway. We get blocked off there by Kumbau, working for his team leader. Now 2.5k to go. Feitosa and Berlikov. 2k to go, so Feitosa, bring it forward, set up your team leader, Berlikov, get him ready to go for the end. A little over a kilometer to go. He needs to sprint it out, and Berlikov, go ahead and sprint it out inside the final K. Berlikov, can he come through this mess of riders? The breakaway is going to hang on for the victory. We are going to come through the mess. We're going to be at the front of it, but it's not going to be a stage win because the breakaway has claimed it. Jesper ahead of Kradek. And Berlikov beats out the competition, but it's only going to be for 8th place. I don't know. What kind of win do you call that? So I'd say that is a feel-good moment. It's 8th on the stage for Berlikov. 35 seconds down overall. Surprising we didn't bring the breakaway back. I guess it was the number of riders they had. I mean, it was a dozen off the front. They were down to a minute, so I thought we'd be able to pull that back. We don't. We pulled back half a minute is all 7 of the 12 hang on to finish in the top placings. Berlikov then beats everybody out from the Peloton, gets to the top of the climb first, had a few bike links. I thought he might get a couple seconds on everybody. Not that it matters because he takes the overall. Rivera second, Aries third, and that's your race win. So that's a good one. In terms of points classification, second. KOM, fifth. Craddock from the break, moving himself up the order. Under 25s, that's a victory for Berlikov, and that's a team victory for us. That's despite withdrawing Martin Guerrero. So good job on that one. By the way, right in the middle of this race, Berlikov has leveled up again. Holy cow, we have just an absolute gem in Berlikov, who now has international reputation, even though he just did his first World Tour race recently, which he won. And he's on minimum salary through next season. So we're going to have to pay him a ton of money to try to hang on to him. But we get him for one more year at the very least. 84 mountain now, so that's +1. 80 hills, I believe that's +2. I think he was a 78, I believe. Time trialing, I want to say that's kind of stagnated, but I want to say it was in the 60s. Where in the 60s? I'm not sure. 67, 68, 69, I don't know, but I want to say it's come up slightly. 70 is still not good. A prologue of 65 is terrible. That cobble rating, that sprint rating, all hurt, but he's got decent acceleration, good for that punchy 76 on the downhill, so that's pretty good. 75 stamina, that is absolutely enough for a stage racer. Recovery at 77 is also enough. 71 resistance is up from where it was, but I want to say slightly. I think he had a 69 or 70 resistance, +1 to that. Still, that and his time trialing are absolutely his weaknesses. Otherwise, dang, he is getting pretty good. And we're not even in World Tour yet. He might be launching us into World Tour for next season. I don't know. He's 21 years of age. It's crazy, right? So back over to the Sabio tour. It's only stage number 2, but it's also only an 85-kilometer stage. So we just started. We're coming up on 70K to go now. We have a breakaway of 10 riders, and at 1:45, that's really all you can afford to give. 3 sprint points coming up, but with 10 riders, they're going to claim those. A Cat 3 that we already passed, that's already been claimed. So we're focused on the finish, which is close to 30K of uphill. How steep that is, I don't know entirely. It's hard to tell profile-wise, but I think it's going to be a pretty massive climb that we're set up for. And none of these guys are great climbers. Martin Guerrero's pretty good. With a +3, though, ooh, I like his chances. That's a 79 mountain today, 75 hills, 77 resistance. That's, without a doubt, our leader on a day like this. Next stage, longer, same sort of finish, though. Big mountaintop finish. So we'll see if Martin Guerrero can have good race day condition again tomorrow, how high he can be placed. I don't think we're going to be competing for a win like we were with the Eustaresh Rundfahrt. This is not Berlikov, and Berlikov can't go to every race. In fact, this overlaps. Stage 8 of that is the same day as stage 2 of this. So there is overlap. They are coming in together. I can't put Berlikov in every race. So it's inevitable that others will have to pick up the reins at some point, and we try to do that here. Let's go ahead and send Roman back. Get water before we attempt this final climb. Now coming up on that 30K to go. No, we need to focus on staying put near the front, but also conserving energy, because this is definitely my 1.5 A- or B+ squad. It's not a B squad, but it's definitely, I mean, it is mixed. I didn't pick all the best climbers for the Tour of Austria. I do have guys that are good climbers here, plus Martin Guerrero, of course, who did both, but outside of him, There are some good climbers here. It's not entirely by weaker climbers. But I do have a lot of them, by the way. I maintain a lot of quality climbers. Okay, let's gel up for Roman and Maida. We're down inside 20k now. 130 left in the peloton. It's starting to shrink. But we are not doing the chasing. Those who aren't chasing terribly hard at the moment. But the gap to the last two riders is now inside a minute. And it's 17k to go. And I have my full team. Do I have everybody right here? I do. Ooh, I have everybody right here with 16k to go. Well, our problem, though, is fatigue. It's throughout the team. Can we take over? 15k to go? I want to.
They really are moving. The pack can't get strung out too far, or
Okay, let's do it. 13.8k. We'll set like a 77. See what we can do with that. Gonzalo Sabio looking good. Luco, Kikovci, Rivera, Maida, Romeda. Maida's gonna start this off. Roman just doesn't have enough left. Let's get Roman. Nope, too late. Try to break toe. Wouldn't it be something if we just suddenly broke toe and went clear as a team and then just tried to ride to the top solo? That would be fun. That would be fun, but we don't have enough speed or energy to try to break off. Okay, Rivera, gel, and take over. Roman has not been dropped. Let's go ahead and set him to auto, though, as he is off the back. Maida recovers a little bit, puts us in a position to possibly break toe.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
Now inside 11 kilometers and down to 89 riders in the peloton. One rider still off the front. Gabritz Kabir is that man. Go through that little sector. We get a little knock here, and then Rivera's going to take over. Let's go ahead and get Kikovci going. Oh, Kikovci. You're not even going to be doing anything but passing Rivera. You got more than a bike length past him, at least. You know what? Try to get on the back if you could. I'm guessing Maida is long gone. He is. He was up there for a moment. Okay, Luco, your turn. And then we'll be down to 2. That's 8 kilometers to go.
That's the end of the breakaway.
Luco, try to hang on positionally. I'm not ready to do anything right now. I'm not thinking about the overall so much as a potential winner. I'm thinking more of what can we do to hang on and survive, because I don't see us as a favorite. Kovci going backwards. Rivera going backwards. Big split there. Down to 49. Okay, we're seeing a move coming, and Luco is fading. Gonzalo Sabio. Time to take over. Luco. Try to grab the back for just a second. Don't let somebody follow. I'd like to see a little split right about there. Franchini in the gap, though. Gonzalo Sabio. Turning towards the front. 5k to go. Last man to lead it out for us. Gonzalo Sabio bringing it back. That breakaway rider was caught at some point, by the way. 4k to go. Down to 38. Down to 3.5k. Gel up for Martin Guerrero. Luco gets dropped. It's back together for a moment. Now it's down to 24. Padoon just got dropped, so we're getting a look briefly here. And the tempo has lifted, so Gonzalo Sabio, use what you got left to try to match that tempo so that Martin Guerrero is not too far off the back. He needs to take over in a moment. Speed up, speed up. Okay, Martin Guerrero, climb at your pace. You are a much better climber than a puncher, so on with him and on with a very small group. 6 riders at the front now. 1 kilometer to go, and Martin Guerrero goes to the front. He has got just a little bit left. He can attack. near the end, but not all the way. There you go. Sprinted out. Final 4. Can he hang on? Will he have enough? Not quite. But he will get a podium. Vingegaard and Guerrero. Great job for him to be with those two.
His aim was to win it, and
He'll get the 4-second time bonus. He finishes on the same time. Rob Finch is 4th. Matteo Jorgensen. Reyes. Mamikin. Is it Mamikin? Oh no, he's only a 73. Thalman. There's Gonzalo Sabio. He'll be in the almost top 10. Oh no, he does grab 10th. There you go. 2 riders in the top 10 and 1 in a podium place with our B-ish team. Yeah, okay, good. That's good. Wow, those gaps were bigger than you would think. Top 3 do cross the line together, so 10-6 4-second time bonuses. We did have that prologue, so that's going to impact things. I don't know what their time is as of yet, but Finch was half minute down. Jorgensen, Reyes, and Mamikin were nearly a minute behind. Thalman, Honor, and Gonzalo Sabio at a minute 16. So, GC looks like this. Vingegaard in the race lead. Ruben Guerrero, now 9 seconds behind. He was 2 seconds down on Martin Guerrero in the prologue. So that's a good sign for Martin Guerrero. At 11 seconds behind. Finch at a half minute. Reyes, Mamikin, Jorgensen almost on same time. And Gonzalo Sabio sits 10th at a minute 37 down. We're looking at 2 minutes down outside of the top 10. It's a good place to be at this point in time with one more mountain stage to go and then a team time trial, which I'm looking forward to, hoping at least that we can put up a pretty competitive time with that one as well. Of course, it's more prologue than time trial, and we're better in the time trial than prologue, but still, I brought a team that's going to be pretty capable in that final stage. At least to have a competitive time. Maybe not to win it, but they should have a competitive time because there is some balance amongst the team. As we sit in 3rd place, here's the profile of what is to come. So we've got this mountain stage on stage number 3 for stage 4. It's this short 9.5 kilometer team time trial, a little bit of a hill at the beginning, so that's going to be interesting. You can gain or lose a lot of time through there. And as I have a group that can climb a bit and can time trial / prologue a bit, I think we could push fairly hard through there, but it's going to be a fun one, interesting one to judge because it's going to be easy to mess up. It's going to be hard to get right, but if you get it right, you could absolutely take it. But it could fall apart real fast because at 9K, they're going to be pushing. So, all right. Well, anyway, that is all the time that I have for this episode, though. So that's going to do it. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.